Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Crypto Empire. I am your host, Empire. Long time, no talk, but a lot of things have transpired. Bitcoin is hitting an all-time high, crossing the at least $118,000 mark. Let's discuss what the power law model may have for us for the rest of this bull cycle. Bitcoin Christmas rally to $200,000 or $300,000 possible based on power law model. Bitcoin has rallied by 10% in July, reaching new highs at $118,600, and this could be just the beginning of a parabolic rally, according to anonymous Bitcoin analysts. 𝗕𝗘𝗪𝗏, the analyst said that Bitcoin could be worth as much as $258,000 if history repeats itself. According to the analyst, Bitcoin's price action has followed a long-term power curve trend line, a mathematical model reflecting Bitcoin's exponential growth over time. It measures price deviation from this trend line, not just in dollar terms, but in units of time, an approach known as the power law time contours. The analyst explained that Bitcoin is slightly more than 2 years ahead of its power curve, meaning if the price stayed flat, it would take over 2 years for the long-term trend line to intersect it again. 𝗕𝗘𝗪𝗏 said, "We're currently above 79% of the historical data using this metric. The top 20% is what I call extreme greed. These are the blow-off tops that come around every 4 years. The extreme greed zone spans from $112,000 to $258,000, a zone seen during Bitcoin's euphoric peaks in 2013, 2017, and 2021. The analyst implied that if the 4-year pattern continues, Bitcoin could be between $200,000 and $300,000 by this Christmas before the bullish momentum begins to fade at the start of 2026. Likewise, 𝗕𝗓𝗪𝗏𝗂, CEO of perpetual trading platform Rails, told Cointelegraph that a couple of macroeconomic forces could drive Bitcoin significantly higher in 2025. 𝗕𝗓𝗪𝗏𝗂 pointed to an expanding Federal Reserve balance sheet and a pivot toward lower interest rates, potentially under new Fed leadership, responding to the economic drag from rising tariffs as key catalysts. Together, these shifts could ignite a broad-based rally in risk-on assets, with Bitcoin poised to benefit. 𝗕𝗓𝗪𝗏𝗂 cited the U.S. dollar index, DXY, dropping below 100 as a critical early signal of this macro pivot, suggesting that a wave of rate cuts and fresh stimulus may soon follow. But has it been baked in yet? That is the question. Against this backdrop, the CEO said, "I see Bitcoin going parabolic in the region of 300 to 500K, driven by two key factors. Spot Bitcoin exchange traded funds are gaining ground on gold, capturing 70% of its year-to-date net inflows, according to eCoin metrics. This strong rebound from a slow 2025 start signals growing institutional interest and confidence in Bitcoin as a legitimate store of value. Bitcoin remains a risk-on asset with a moderate correlation to the Nasdaq 100 over the past 12 months, consistent with its 5-year average. Its low correlation with gold and bonds highlights its unique profile role." Echoing that sentiment, Fidelity's director of global macro, 𝗕𝗓𝗪𝗏𝗂, recently remarked that the baton has swung back to Bitcoin. According to Timmer, the narrowing gap in Sharpe ratios between Bitcoin and gold points to BTC offering superior risk-adjusted returns. The Sharpe ratio gauges how much excess return an asset delivers for the level of risk taken, comparing its performance to a risk-free benchmark adjusted for volatility. And ladies and gentlemen, what do you think about that news overall? Obviously, grain of salt with everything. I've been very tame in my calls regarding Bitcoin. I think I've been pretty much spot on. I was looking at a $90,000 range hit in late 2024. We crossed that with ease. Been kind of trading sideways lately, and then we finally broke through to all-time highs this week. And now we're consolidating at about $117,000. And so we will just have to see what the future holds here, but very exciting nonetheless. Please comment down below what you think about this news. Like this video, share this video with some friends, family, colleagues, business associates maybe, and fellow investors. Subscribe to the channel to help grow the community as fast as possible. And remember, research, prosper, conquer.